Well, here we have it. The land of the dinosaurs. Looks like every other land that I've seen in this game so far. Sound familiar? Well, that was exactly how I started the dinosaur world. And I thought today we'd do something a little bit special. I did this sort of on a live stream, but I felt like some people might have missed out. Some people might have wanted to see this in a more professional, recorded kind of way. So here I am. You can see I'm in creative mode. And yes, this world, the world that we are in right now, right this second, is genuinely the original dinosaur world. The original one. You can see an old ship sunken over there. But I wanted to show you guys kind of the where we started, where our roots began. And it was, in fact, right on this shore right here, among these swampy trees. You see, the beautiful thing about creative mode is that we can toggle, what? Toggle? How come it's not? Hit! Oh. Cheat! Toggle downfall. We can toggle it and continue on our way. The world. Yeah, let's also time set day. Actually, let's time set noontime. And then game rule, do daylight false. There we go. Stuck in the sky? Yes. Beautiful. Now we can explore this world. So as I was saying, this is where we first started out, in this little swamp. The swamps were definitely different back then. You know, does this even register as a swamp biome anymore? Swampland, yeah, it does. But it looks so different than kind of how I would picture it today. I don't think there were any lily pads either. Oh yeah, there were. I am mistaken. There were. But here's where we started. We were in this little place. We started tree punching here. And I saw it on our live stream. Let's see if I can find it again. Let's see. The cave that I first went down was not that one. Ah, here it is, right here. I remember digging down right here. Right here. And finding, I think, fossils for the first time right here. Falling into this cave. And I said this on the live stream, and I'll say it again now, because I'm fairly confident that this might have been, in vanilla Minecraft at least, or not vanilla, but in Minecraft Survival, not an adventure map, not a special custom map, this might have been, this little cave right here, the very, very, very first cave that I ever explored in Minecraft. Why is there just a potted plant there? Weird. What? Why? I don't remember. I placed those there, I guess, years ago. I don't know why they're here. But okay, the last time I accessed this world was, I believe, in 2014, but I think that's wrong. I think the last time I actually played on this world might have actually even been in 2012. So we're talking years ago. Years and years ago. So that was the first cave that I ever jumped into in Minecraft. And, you know, nostalgia all around. Amazing to explore a cave like this for the very first time. Could you imagine being able to go back? Some of you can. Go back to the very first cave you ever explored in Minecraft. That's how I feel right now. It's just so almost bizarre to see it again, because I still vividly remember parts of it. So there was another spot that I wanted to see. I know that we used to... There was some kind of a finding of dinosaurs that we did out here. I distinctly remember this desert, but I don't remember anything about the desert. What was this right here? Creeper explosion of some kind. There as well. Creeper explosion. I'm trying to relive my past here, and it's just so weird because, hey, the very first village I ever found in Minecraft, possibly. I think that might be it. Very interesting. Oh. Oh. Something bad happened here. I don't quite remember it. You see, this is the thing, is that there's so little that I actually even remember from these days. I don't remember why I would have TNT'd this guy's poor house, or what did. But either way, most of the villagers seem to be around still. There's this over here I can see. And I don't remember what its purpose was either. I think possibly just so that we wouldn't lose where we were. I might have logged out here or something. Oh man, my brain is trying so hard to remember parts of this. I can just sort of remember it. It's like being on the tip of my tongue, you know? It's so odd seeing little pillars that I made, 5 years ago. Why did I make this pillar? What did I make this pillar for? I made it so that I could, I guess, see above the trees, or get atop the trees. But to what end? To what purpose? What were we doing exploring out here? You'd have to go back to the very first dinosaur episodes to find out why. And those ones, I mean, the audio was just so... I still, to this day, wish that I could go back and make new audio for those old episodes. Re-record it even, if I had to. Do something to make it better. But either way, we're coming up on the very first dig site that I ever had, and in fact my base. But this was the first dig site that I ever had, where I dove down into this area to find fossils and adventure. A very dangerous place, I remember. Very, very, very dangerous. But here we go. Into the park. Where we... Oh, look at that. It's Barry Allen. But of course, back then, it would have just been some annoying bird that would have killed me when I tried to slam into here. They were purple back then. The Pteranodon. The Pterosaurs, I should say. Yeah, they were purple back then, and I used to fly them up into this tower. The original tower. We've now based our museum entrance tower on this. One of the very first towers I built in Minecraft that I was so proud of for some reason. I could improve upon it so well now. But here it was. I don't think we ever really kept... Oh, I was hoping maybe something would be in there. I don't think I ever really kept anything in here much. But either way, we used to fly from the top here. Our pterodactyl used to fly and land here. Kill us as we'd land. Here, of course, is our old sand generator. Back in the day, we used to generate sand through redstone like this. And it would just basically work in a duplication way. All the sand here would get duplicated. This, of course, does not work. It hasn't worked since, like, Minecraft 1.0. But we'd stand here. And all the sand would fall down and get collected right here. I remember when we built this, it was such an achievement of mine to build something like this. I'd never done redstone before. Then here's, the pathway. You know, we debated for so long. Do we make the pathway out of blue wool or black wool or no wool? That's why we had our little sheep area here. You can see them all escaping because in the live stream I let them out. But we had all these black sheep here because that's how we collected the black wool to make the pathway. Amazing. In here, of course, was our nether room. Don't know what this column was ever for. I guess just to make it an interesting entryway. Made a big wide column in the middle. And that led to here. More black wool. An enchanting room, an enchanting room. And of course the nether portal. Now I didn't go into the nether portal in the live stream, so you guys are getting kind of an exclusive here. Here it is. Nothing much to it. You can see my very, 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 very first time ever going into the nether was in this world, I believe. And if you remember correctly, because you can see where our entrance was, we didn't come here very often. It is laggy out here too, I've noticed. A little bit laggy out here. But as you can see, if you remember, way back, we fought Anu for the very, very first time. Right on these shores right here. Right here is where we fought him. He was out here. We spotted him. He was just hanging out around here. Just hanging out around here. And we fought him for the very first time. Right about here. Those are my memories of this kind of place. It's just insane to think that it's lasted this long. I kept the save, and I don't regret that. I don't regret that at all. I kept the save and was able to go back if I ever wanted to. And now, just to go back and be nostalgic about it is amazing. This was... I was so proud of this build. Looking at it now, it leaves much to be desired. But this was my storage room build. You can see a bit of broken glass because in the live stream I broke some glass. But otherwise it looks like this. And inside, these are untouched chests. From back in the original... Like, these are my tools. These are the tools that I actually had back then. If you go to the final episode of Minecraft Dinosaurs in this world, and I opened up this chest, you would see these exact same items, more or less. Obviously, some mod items might be different, but nothing's changed. I've always held on to these items, never changed them. All the sand, slime balls galore. And up here were more of my special chests, where I'd keep potions, gunpowder. Oh, look at all that iron. And I had tons of iron, and I needed it for builds like that. Let's toggle game. Let's toggle downfall again. But here you can see I had some gold, lots and lots of iron, a few diamonds, not a whole lot. I think I had 4 more in my inventory, and only a single ender pearl. Of course, all my nether stuff, some basic armor for when I died, and more diamond ore. Of course, the reason I did not harvest this was because I was always waiting for a fortune pick that I never got. Memories! What are in these chests right over here, I wonder? Oh, some record discs. And some wooden slabs to finish the pathway, I guess. Interesting, though, that I had a jukebox and some records, probably while I worked on these projects. Here, of course, is the plesiosaur enclosure. I did throw a plesiosaur in here just for fun, just for show. Of course, it doesn't quite look like it used to back in the day. I had done this slope, though. You might be wondering what this slope is all about. Why did I do this? And the reason is that back then, and still now somehow, I don't know how it works. I still don't really know how it works. But back then, the plesiosaurs would generate their own food by rubbing up against the sand. Fish would appear. And so I built this kind of a system in hopes that they would swim up and generate their own food. Never really worked well, never really worked at all, but I built it anyway, and that is what remains. Of course, this is where I'd collect some of the food here. I was going to ultimately make this automated, this farm, and I don't know that I ever did. Let's see if I can find a button And I don't think that I ever did. I was going to make it automated so that the whole thing would just be on pistons or something and then just uproot and... Oh, it was going to be great, but I never got around to finishing that. And ever since, I don't do much for the automation of farms. That was my food source. Of course, right in here was my little house. This was maybe the first thing that I ever built. I mean, just imagine being able to go back and look at the very first house you ever built in Minecraft. Some of you had dirt houses. This was mine. This was mine. This was like maybe the second house that I ever built in Minecraft. I think the first one was genuinely a dirt house. But I think this one was maybe the second house that I ever built in Minecraft. And it changed over the years as I worked on it and stuff. But when I saw this little lake here, and I saw the sand that went high up onto the grass there, I knew that I had to build inside of it. And this is the house that I made. Of course, inside... We've got another record disc, and it had chirp in it. It did. During the live stream, it did. Well, there's glass. Lots of glass. Well, in the first 6, there are glass. I guess I was going to do something with all this glass. Never did. Chirp was in here, though. My favorite disc. Over here, we had all of our little culture vats, if you remember correctly. If we put some, we'll put some for show. Of course, they didn't look quite like this back in the day. But they were more or less like that. That's kind of how it looked. Or maybe no, they weren't the analyzers, were they? Now I might be confused. Were they the analyzers? Analyzers might have been up here too. I don't remember. No, I think they were culture vat. Man, it's been so long. You guys will know more than I do. Yeah, look at this. This is kind of a clue. Buckets of water were only used to make culture vats. So I think that's what was up here. Yeah. But the analyzers might have been somewhere. I don't know where. Here was our little bed. Nice. We used to see Nautilus in here every now and then, I think. Down here was our slime farm. Nothing too special about it. But here's the slime farm in a nutshell. That's a glitch. That shouldn't be there. That was never there. I don't know what... Oh. What's that all about? Weird. Weird. It just... Whatever these turned into... Maybe fossils or something. Turned into those blocks. But those weren't like that. Anyway. It still generates slime. To this day, it still generates slime. Of course, they don't quite work the same way that they used to. They don't seem to flow. But this used to make the slime flow this way, this way, this way, this way, and then into this drop. Where they would drown and then sink down and so on. Really interesting. Really, really, really interesting. Further down, I think it was just a cave. Yeah, it's just a cave. Again, one of the first caves that I ever explored in Minecraft. One of. So nostalgic, even being down here. Remembering how we had to fight through those caves. How we built that slime farm relentlessly. Took us so long. Amazing that it's all still here. The slime farm, of course, gathered slime right here. Look at this. It still works. A little bit. Slimes would come down here and then fall and die, and well, give you slime. So now on to the dinosaurs, of course. We had the raptor enclosure here. And what they would do is lay their eggs. You can see a lot of them have drowned now because I was just messing around placing them. But a lot of them would lay their eggs because breeding was broken. And they would lay their eggs, and then the eggs would have trouble hatching, and yeah, look at them drowning. Get out. Get out. Oop, he's dead. So this is not a good system these days. But they would lay their eggs, and they would just, the constant spam of egg cannot be placed here, egg cannot be placed here kind of thing. It was nuts. So I did this in an attempt to make them stop laying eggs by the fence or by the wall. I don't really remember if it worked very well, but either way, this is where the raptors were. Of course, all the enclosures had the ability to have feeding and stuff via this little underground path. Something that even to this day, I kind of wish that I had the ability to do. To feed the creatures from an underground path, accessible by staff only, you know? That would still be pretty cool. I would still love to do something like that. So in here, I put a stegosaur down, but I'm fairly sure that this was the Triceratops enclosure. Or at least, it was for a while. We had a Triceratops in here. And there were actually ferns all around, the ancient ferns. There were ferns all around this thing so that it could eat. Yep, all these little ferns. This whole place grew into ferns. I actually can't place any more than I just have. But this whole place was basically covered in ferns around just so that these guys could eat. And so that they would leave the tree alone. You can see that this guy's eating some of the tree. And of course the feeder, which I'd be able to access as well from this little underground path. Going back, we can see the most dangerous one in the park to this point. Button. And in here we had a Dilo. They were much, much, much smaller back then, but vicious as all get out. They would kill you in a heartbeat. And so this enclosure was never quite right. And then I believe, I could be wrong, either we had the Spino in here or the T-Rex in here. And I think it was the T-Rex eventually is what we put in here. And that's the reason why we have 3 high iron. Because it would break through any other enclosure that wasn't at least 3 high iron. So I think that we had the T-Rex in here. Let's place one down, I guess. Oh, he's eating the Dilo. It's a battle. It's a battle. Of course they were green back then. They were green in color and they didn't have these kinds of feathers, which you can still toggle to this day. Speaking of toggle. But there you have that. I think it did become a T-Rex. I'm not 100% on that, but I think it did. And over here, we have our mammoth friend. But I think that this might have been a mammoth for not very long. I think it was actually either an ankylosaur or maybe even the stegosaur. It was something else here. It wasn't our mammoth. The mammoth ended up being over here. This was our mammoth enclosure. I'm positive of it. I'm positive of it. Our mammoth was over here, not over there. We might have hatched him over there, but our mammoth ended up over here. Now, the only one I can't remember, and you guys will have to help me, is what was over here. I don't remember what was over here. Was it the Pachycephalosaur? Was it the Smilodon? It might have been the Smilodon. That's what I'm thinking. That a Smilodon might have been over here. I don't know. Does that look right? Maybe. Maybe. I'm not sure. There was something over here. I don't remember what. I think that was at the very end of this world where I was starting to put something down in here. Maybe I did. Maybe it was the Smilodon. I'm not sure. You guys will have to help me out in remembering. But I'm sure that the mammoth was over here, and then maybe it was something else also. I'm not sure. We changed up the enclosures quite a bit back then. Quite a bit. And we used to hatch the dinosaurs over here. Yeah, if I'm remembering correctly, we used to hatch them right up here. Right over here. I don't remember why we used to hatch them right over here. But I had always planned on making a new enclosure in this area right here. And never got around to it. In fact, is this hollow? No. But I was going to do that. I was going to do something with it. Never did. Maybe that's why this is all dug out like this. Was I going to make some kind of a pathway? Is that what this little path is for? Coming from over here? Was this going to be some kind of a pathway that never got finished? All the way to over here? I don't remember. It's been so long. It's been too long. And then, you know, we had other things in this park, like this daylight sensor. This daylight sensor, which would detect if grass was growing or dying, was this huge. You know, this is what I was talking about on the live stream, is that this is what we used to do in old Minecraft in order to get daylight. Or maybe this was a rain detector. This might have been a rain detector. I'm not sure. It was either daylight sensor or rain sensor, but I think it was a daylight sensor, believe it or not. And this whole array, this huge contraption, was all replaced by a single little panel like this. You know, this whole big array replaced by that. Crazy to think of what we had to do. A red sheep. Now, I haven't explored a great deal otherwise. I would love to continue on in different directions, but, you know, I don't think that I really explored all that much in other directions in this world, except that there were sunken ships over there, a couple of them. They used to have the little bones mob on them, little tiny skeletons. There's another sunken ship over there. And another one. They used to spawn in almost too much back then due to glitches. There's another one. They were spawning in like crazy. Oh, this is all old generation world too. Like 1.0 and before then even, I think. Before 1.0, Minecraft. This was all generated in. Crazy, crazy, crazy. What's that? Oh, just a dark spot. It's okay. But yeah, I didn't really explore out this way too much. That's why it doesn't look like I have. And it's because I haven't. But I remember with the plesiosaur. It was the plesiosaur. We used to be able to go all over the place with the plesiosaur. Super fast through the water. Fun times. But anyway, I think that's where I'm going to end it, everybody. Hope you guys enjoyed the old world tour. You guys, in the comments, leave your memories. If you have memories of different things that we did, like how we had the brachiosaurs. We actually had this big glass area filled with brachiosaurs. I don't know what happened to that one. I don't know. But we had this big area with brachiosaurs, and it was you will die and you will die too. Oh, it's just so many memories of this little park, of this little area. And to think how far we've come. It's incredible that we can still come and look back at this. Isn't it? It's really cool. I love it. And with that, we'll be seeing you guys in the real dinosaur world, the new dinosaur world. Bye-bye!